It's like possession, and I transform. don't think we would be where we're at right now. I think it was a pivotal moment. I think historically, when people look back on it, it's going to be a pivotal moment in this very bizarre fight for the freedom of information.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the time I said, I think, like, look, I think this is existential to the United States. It's existential to democracy, because if you don't have U.S. Bankruptcy trustee program is part of the Justice Department. The Justice Department's span is truly enormous. That needs to be investigated, and I think that we could probably count on Matt Gaetz as Attorney General to do that kind of deep investigation, Steve. And so they're trying to clearly rush this out and shut Alex Jones down as a kind of demonstration of they're still in charge.
next president-elect of the U.S., look what's happened. We're all winning, guys. So yeah, why not poke fun at the bear, make fun of them, and everything is just comedic for the past 4 years of what's been going on in the space as far as in real life and in the crypto space. And we're not a political project though, so if you don't like politics in your bags, that's cool. Keep an eye out on us. I guarantee you our second guy's not going to be political. It's going to be fun, and if you have enough and you're in with us, you're going to get kind of grandfathered in as far as we gave these away for free and minted out, right? If you have enough, your next one's going to be free. There's going to be at some point. We haven't made any money. We got some big sleepers in our creators. One of our creators, an OG CryptoPunk holder, he's doing well. I think CryptoPunk's shot up 50% over the past 24 hours or something. We were early to Bitcoin Ordinals, early to ETH, early to ADA. We were in some of the first projects, so we've done well, and this is our way to give back to the community. Everything's self-funded. We gave these away for free. All the cost has been on us, and at some point we're going to have to turn some revenue to keep this going, and that's going to be with the next drops and whatnot. But like I said, if you have enough and you're in it with us from the beginning, we're going to honor that price of free. So hop in, follow Martech. Make sure you're in every one of his spaces. Every single person he has come up to the stage is a rock star, and we just support each other, and that's what it is. It's just good vibes, positivity, no fun.
Like Hecate. Hecate is a friend of mine. And Hecate is all about, she's like a final boss. So today with this full moon and Pluto and Capricorn and Hecate being this like crossroads, man, she's the one at the crossroads that like when you don't know what to do and you gotta lay it down, you lay it down to Hecate. And on a full moon, the last time moon would be in Pluto like this for 250 years. Like, the universe is saying, you want to lay it down? I may grant you something. Like today, you talk to me sweet, I might really show up for you. So there are a lot of people today who are like really working energy. So I just want to like plant that idea as we're talking about
through brain scans and cellular activity, cells are smart. They literally adapt, right? And like these are concepts that science just rejected for a long period of time, which led us to a whole series of really bad medical conclusions, which are why SSRIs are still widely prescribed despite science basically saying they're useless and perhaps even negative to us, right? Like there's all kinds of downstream effects of this, but the meta of the meta is like our inability to, you don't have to understand the mathematics of quantum physics. Quantum physics just means basically interdependency, right? Like the kindergarten version of it. But to understand that our entire system is built. Good question. I'm waiting on his next book where he starts to address consciousness. But he said that it was part of the problem, and there's a name for it, and I can't think of it, is in the scientific community, a biologist would know. When you prescribe humanistic characteristics on biology, you're like considered an apostate. But in reality, it's smarter to think of our internal, our biology with humanistic characteristics. Like your liver is smart. And it talks to other pieces of your brain. That's like
I don't know how familiar you are with
you don't have to like be. It's not science heavy. Do you agree, Miranda? Like anyone can read this book. You don't have to. What's your? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, the first chapter, I was like, "What the shit is this then?" Because it was just really sciencey.
This is how Dendelsarian admits he's
starting
a
in
brazen
chapter 3 is when it really
what happened was
really
Nakba,
grabbed me
that's
at
where
that
it started.
point.
You have
So chapter 3 and
750,000
chapter 4,
Palestinians that got displaced. And then if you have
really,
multiple
really good. And also just
acts
starts
of terror, in my opinion, on Israel's side that would
in a
make
more
October
normal
7th
human
look like
level.
nothing. So
So,
to me,
you
I
know,
think it was a
anybody-
retaliation, and I think that
anybody
Hamas is a resistance
Yeah,
Yeah,
organization.
it talks about
And I
things like
think
why
that Israel
prayer
is a
works.
terrorist. There was only two
Right?
babies
What
killed.
areas of the brain it stimulates, and why meditation does the exact same thing. And like I don't know, you just got to read it, I guess, yourself. But like, I think it's an important book for our time. And actually, Sam will laugh at this, but I can't remember whether it wasn't incidental. It's not basic. But it was in the Persian space. I got this book recommended to me, and right now, I think I'm on my third or fourth time reading it. Now I'm ordering the rest of his, and I want to unpack it. But does the book have a microphone? No, she left.
She's just started chapter 6. So, which is exactly where I am. I just finished chapter 5, so. I bought it on audio. So I actually bought both. I got the audio, and then I got the book because the diagram's in there. So I thought I could just get away with the audio, and then Sin was talking about the diagrams in there. I was like, damn it. So I had to get the paper book. Book did it smarter because she got it on Kindle. So on Kindle, you can highlight portions of it, and then it stays over to the right, highlighted for you to refer back to. So.
Does anybody know who Maharishi is and TM? I went on eBay, bought a bunch of Maharishi meditation books. And so, meditation and TM is like a brand. But meditation I do yoga, and to me, when I do yoga and I do breathing and I'm stretching, that to me is meditation. I can also do mantras, or I can play music, but this is all just techniques to relax the body, relax the mind, and flexibility is a biomechanical issue that all of us face. So hip rotations, leg extensions, hamstring pulls, those things are essential for your well-being. You won't feel good if you have lower back problems. So, this is why I do yoga and meditation.
He specifically talks about yoga, and I would add that most of the special operations community and professional fighters have all incorporated yoga as part of their mandatory training, not only for flexibility and strength, but also spirituality and groundedness. Like, he covers all of this. It's like, how are yogis able to do some of the things that they're able to do? Well, it's all found, like, it's not woo-woo. It turns out you can study it under a microscope and see the effect. The combination of hallucinogens and sort of Hindu yoga inspired mindfulness meditations as a vital part of healing not only the mind but the body. So I'm a huge believer. I mean, the literature is overwhelming on it.
Rebuilds the cells. That's what we learned in there too. It makes the cells. It's like we'll save this for when we have a space about it. But
You know the Rife machine?
Yes, something similar, common, is mentioned in there in chapter 5.
Yeah, supposedly a Rife machine, every known cell has a frequency that it can be destroyed as. You're supposed to put your feet on these metal plates, and then you look up the frequency for that disease, and then you run that frequency through your body every day, and it's supposedly supposed to kill it.
Grounding has the same effect, though, as a Rife machine. They make grounding sheets. You can go outside and ground. Grounding blankets. So it's the same concept.
Well, that's a great example. What this book is actually about is, because of all these alternative things were considered woo-woo and unscientific, no real money was invested in them, despite the fact we know it works. It was only through a brave biologist's willingness to accept quantum physics that we now know we can shoot sound waves and break apart kidney stones. So now, the big push is on like, I don't know this exact machine. He refers to something similar, but we don't know exactly what all the energies are and what all the phenomenon is. We just know that there's outside phenomenon. Some of it we can measure, some of it we can't, some of it we control, some of it we can't. But it was considered so third rail that no one invested in it. And now, there has to be a reboot of our health system to incorporate quantum physics, which means saying it's not always a pill or a shot that's going to help you. Maybe it's yoga. Maybe it's you're being exposed to too much X, Y, or Z. Maybe it's something you're eating. I don't know. Tam's smarter than I am, though. What do you have to say about Tam?
Well, I am not smarter than anybody, but my best friend, she's been my best friend for almost 40 years. We call each other sisters. Last year, she got diagnosed with a glioblastoma. It's brain cancer. Unfortunately, her brother had passed away from it, from the exact same type of tumor. It had a different receptor on the back end of it than hers did. But no matter what, it's not a good thing to get. It's usually fatal. It's almost always fatal. She went through all the, medical things. She had radiation, she had chemo, but she also did alternative medicine like grounding. She ordered the blankets. She changed her diet. She got into this very incredible mindset that she is going to beat this. She's not going to let any negativity into her world. And do you know that, of course, she did have the tumor removed, but normally these things come back. It has not come back. She's been in remission. It's an absolutely inspirational story, and if people don't integrate some of these other things into their treatment plans, I think they're missing out. And I've asked her, I think, I wish you would document everything you did for the people who get this type of cancer, because clearly what you did worked. So I just think it's a big, you should integrate holistic methods that are rooted in historical, things. People can do things like literally go touch grass, ground yourself to the earth. There's the more research you do into it, I'm not, and neither is she, by the way, woo-woo people. We're just not. But I'm starting to.
It's psychology. You have to look. You have to remember what Shakespeare said. He said his most famous quote is words, 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 words. We are social creatures, and when you do mantras or yoga or meditation, you are no longer using mass communication or constant word usage. So if you're sick, you can do neurolinguistic programming on yourself or hypnosis and embed words into your subconscious. Your will or your desires will change, the environment changes. It's like magic, but it is a word magic. And if you look at the spirituality aspect, all of the world's religions believe that words are the fundamental building blocks of creation. So it's about a journey of self-discovery or spiritual development. And yoga means union. And if you're a Christian, a lot of people will say, oh, yoga is satanic. Oh, really? Okay, well, what do you think Jesus Christ was doing? His life was a yoga. It was a union with God and the universe. So it's about creating cosmic consciousness or, Christ-like consciousness. The point is, it's about joy and happiness, healing and therapy. And the problem with a lot of these social audio chat apps is that people become addicted to the word game, and it's a dopamine feedback loop to hell because you're not really going anywhere unless you're actually gathering new information or reading new books. So, the biggest thing to me, I read this book. It's about neurolinguistic programming. It says that all communication is hypnosis. So be careful what you listen to. You're being hypnotized right now as I speak to you. So hypnotize yourself with a book, read a good book out loud, and you will discover the secrets of the universe.
Yeah, words matter.
Ron, say it for me. Say it for me. Say those magical words I love to hear. Come on, you know what to say.
Abracadabra!
No. What have I been saying that everyone always makes fun of me for?
Health, wealth, love, joy, peace of mind,
No.
happiness, strength.
No.
Sin is always right.
No. The human brain has no firewall. Human brain does not have a firewall. What you expose yourself to, you have to be careful of. It does not have a firewall. Full stop. The smarter you are, the more classically educated you are, the less likely you are to believe what I just said is true, demonstrating that you are more likely to be influenced.
You can't reject what you hear. You can't reject what you hear. You can't reject what you hear. It goes in and it does get deposited. And the thing about your genetics is your genetics actually have to change in order to memorize things. So what you put in your brain is a genetic coding. When you put in new words, if you listen to an audiobook, if you read a book, you're actually changing your genetics real time. And that's the only way. It's called integrative knowledge. And when you read the right books, it will increase your IQ. It will heal you. You could read a book about back pain, and just the words themselves will release the tension in your lower back pain. There's a doctor named Dr. John Sarno, and if you read his book, it's really about psychology and about repressed rage, anger, sadness, and grief. And a lot of people have inflammation and health problems because of real sadness. It's in the subconscious, and it's causing physical manifestation of pain in the body.
So they call it spelling, like casting spells. That's why words matter.
Yeah, that's why it's called the gospel. Go spell. If you read the book of John or the book of Revelation, that is all about Gnosticism or unity or union with God. This is really a psychotherapeutic tool for your well-being. This is project management. It will eliminate a lot of the useless discourse you are having, either with yourself or with other people on these types of apps. And it will help you prioritize what you got to take care of in your life for your well-being.
It's exactly why I would get irritated prior to the election at people wanting to focus on negativity. Why I was so adamant about the people who were in my circle on Twitter, outside of Twitter, to maintain that positive, consistent thinking, it's incredibly difficult for people to do. They are more comfortable grabbing onto the negative and having the emotion of anger and frustration than they are of hope and positivity. It's very interesting. I didn't ever realize how hard it is to keep people in a positive direction, to find the positive in every situation until this last year. So, yeah.
Most people are depressed.
When people are negative, and that it makes, I have a physical response to it where it makes me feel ill. It just makes me feel icky. I don't know.
People use negative linguistics because they need the dopamine feedback loop. It's like a drug. This is a drug delivery medical device technology. And when we exchange words, it creates neurotransmitters, and it's affecting us at a very, molecular subconscious level. And people come here for the high. And, Elon Musk, his real name on this app is Adrian Dittman, and he loves coming on here and, saying what's on his mind, because this is talk therapy. This is what, Sigmund Freud and C.G. Jung and countless doctors have utilized to help people deal with their emotional disposition.
I gotta load up the truck for rounds 2 and 3, so I'm gonna shut this down. I will catch you guys on the flipping flip.
Adrian Dittman.
שהערב יגיע. יאללה, הלוואי שיוציאו אותו למחר. מספיק.
אני יכול להניץ פאטי, רק תנו לי חצי דקה בבקשה, חצי דקה. תראו, חצי דקה, רגע, מצליח ועליזה, בבקשה שניכם. זה קשור לשניכם מה שאני הולך להגיד.
לא, אל תגיד, הרצל, אתה רוצה
בוא נסגור את הפינה, בוא, הנה, מצליח רוצה. הוא מתנצל, אבל מצליח, בוא.
הרצל, אל תערבב אותי עם מצליח.
לא מערבב אותך, לא.
אתה תגיד שאתה עומד לדבר בקשר אצלנו, אז אל תערבב אותי איתו, אל תדבר עליו.
אני מדבר, דברים שאדם עושה אותם.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו לך לקדש השבת בני פרי הגפן.
אחר כך כתוב, אלו דברים שאדם עושה אותם.
קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו לך לקדש.
מי זה החפן הזה? מה זה היה הדבר הזה? מי זה החפן? תעיף אותו, מי זה?
יעפתי אותו, הוא לפני.
He kicked me from the space. Only fan. Only fan.
I swear it's because of policy. She's very she's like RFK in the sense she wants to regulate the food industry. She's very against the war. She's very against the war lobby. She stands up to the visa lobby. She stands up to all these lobbies, and she has success. She signed.
Wait, hold on, Lapis. Did she stand up to the big weed lobby with Amendment 3? Or did she stand up to George Soros with Amendment 4?
I think she was concerned about her re-election, but if she was...
Well, that's exactly why she shouldn't be running, because she's weak. She's nothing. She's an absolute social media influencer. Like, listen, I get what you're saying, but when you abandon your district and your constituents and you're too busy promoting your Maxim cover, she is the absolute worst. And again, if I lived in her district, I'd primary her because absolutely. But she was the absolute. She's a poser. That's all she is. She's a vapid. When her constituents needed her, she turned her back on them. And that even goes to a certain extent for guys like Corey Mills, because what these people fail to realize is that when you have, you can be a federal legislator all you want, but when you still represent constituents at the end of the day, and if they're going to be negatively impacted by a severe state issue to your Constitution, and you do nothing about it, that's shameful, all right? And this is one of the things. We're living now in a day of influence, all right? So when you have, I don't know how many followers Corey Mills has, 150,000, whatever, there is a certain extent of being a social media influencer to the job description nowadays. So when you abandon your state, and he came out with a tweet, I'd give him that, after everyone else got dragged on it, but when they failed to realize how the state constitution would have been affected by legalized marijuana and abortion, and they really did nothing at the end of the day, that's an automatic disqualifier, because it signals to me that you're more interested, you're not interested actually in what happens to your constituents, because that's what would happen here. So Anna Polina Luna, absolutely, she's vapid, she's an empty suit. She's only interested in self-promotion. She is the Florida version of AOC.
But she's
right on.
But she's
Amen. Amen. 100% no.
Go ahead, Nathan. I'm sorry.
I was just saying I agree with him. Everything he said, 100% no for her. Or I don't like Corey Mills either. I'm sorry. Neither one of them stood up for questions 3 and 4. So to me, if you didn't stand up for either one of them, then nobody should be standing up for you. So no thanks.
By the way, I think I said it once, but I do want to congratulate Florida on striking down 3 and 4. That was amazing. We were all concerned. I think all of us in this room, we either donated to it, spoke out against it, was really rooting for Florida, and Florida came together and once again showed the country how to get things done. It's like, when I think of Florida right now, it seems like they're leading the way, and we really needed them to do that. And the rest of the country.
By the way, on that
needs-
note,
go ahead.
on that note, Leanne, is that I put out something to a state senator saying, look, we need to have we need to get the bill back. They ran a bill in 2023 to increase the requirement to have amendment passage, but that bill never made it out of committee. I think they were looking to make it 67%. Now it's still 60%. So I'm telling you right now, this is going to happen when we meet again. Our legislature, they're going to take up a bill, number one, to tighten all these restrictions because there actually is still an investigation by our Secretary of State into how these petitions got circulated and how these things actually got signed, because there's a lot of fraud there. So they are going to tighten that up, and it is going to be Fort Knox to be able to get onto the ballot, and then to actually increase the percentage that you need to get on the ballot from 60. We're looking, I would get a 75% thing because, again, this is not like some sort of statute. Once it's in the Constitution, it's there for good. So, we are going to get on this, and we literally dodged a bullet with this stuff barely by whatever we beat it by 4% on one and 3% on another. But that's not going to happen again. You may catch us off guard with a cheap left after the bell, but that ain't happening again.
So you know what?
Well, hold on, Labus, just a moment, please. And then I'd like to hear from Edward, but he hasn't spoken yet. We were talking about this, and then the space crashed, so I don't believe we ever got around to it. But it floored me how much money from outsiders came in to the state of Florida to shut down something that really didn't even have anything to do with their states. And, I can't imagine what it felt like for the residents of Florida that were 100% opposed to that, how you guys could have felt. Because I personally have never had that happen in my state. And I just can't imagine what it was like to have outsiders come in.
Chick sounds like she's 900 pounds. Abracadabra.
Cops are outside.
Can you spank me really hard? Spank me hard. Yeah. I've been. No, with my underwear on, silly.
The Real Alex Jones headline, I want to read that one too.
Police body camera video shows the moment Brittany Patterson was arrested for letting her 10-year-old son walk into town by himself. arrest for?
For reckless endangerment.
And how was I recklessly endangering my child? On October 30th.
Entonces, por favor, respóndame el otro video que le mandé. Si usted no va a sacar, dándonos $20,000 porque este hijo mío es de Nueva York. Es estadounidense. Donald Trump, espero por tu respuesta.
Thousands of you want to see me as a press secretary, include the fake news media live on national TV, but I love going after the criminals, the pedophiles, and corrupt politicians, not after the keyboard warriors, because all they do is bitch. I'm no lawyer, but you can't deny that a Gates and Gomez team leading the Department of Justice would put the fear of God on crooks like Hunter Biden, Jack Smith, and that not lawyer from New York, Patricia James. Buckle up, because justice is coming. Thousands of you want to see me as a press secretary, include the fake news media live on national TV, but I love going after the criminals, the pedophiles, and corrupt politicians, not after the keyboard warriors, because all they do is bitch. I'm no lawyer, but you can't deny that a Gates and Gomez team leading the Department of Justice would put the fear of God on crooks like Hunter Biden, Jack Smith, and that fat lawyer from New York, Patricia James.
They said he was done forever.
He is done.
The end of his childhood. New faces and new voices.
The final chapter.
Of Donald Trump.
We did trust the government. But there's this, which is such a weird thing to say. You know, I used to think it was the Obama administration. But boy, Obama during this Kamala Harris administration, it changed my opinion of that guy.
Ain't need no competition, cause I'm bigger, better, better. I'm a bad mama chama. What? Even in pajamas. Ain't need no comp. Ain't need no competition, cause I'm.
If you're low on B vitamins, if you're low on
Yo.
This guy, he doesn't mess around.
fire. This next song. This song is called A World on Fire. This next song. This song is called This song is called
Kissing that hoe